The second-ranked Horns golf team got their defense of the national title off to a strong start with a win in their first tournament of the season. With a 5-stroke margin, Texas won the Carpet Capital Collegiate. I'm joined now by the guys who finished 1 and 2 in that event, sophomore Jordan Spieth, and a special welcome to Brandon Stone, your first time in the Longhorn Network studios.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
Well, Brandon, I have to say, your first collegiate start and your first career win, what were your expectations going into this event?
To be very honest, I was just trying to get a couple good rounds in there. The team that we had, the strength and depth in our squad, my first goal was just to get my rounds to count. And to have a week like that's just a bonus.
So National Player of the Week wasn't so much on your radar?
It was very far out of the radar. I mean, you're always on a start well, but I think that's shooting for the stars there.
Jordan, you were Big 12 newcomer and Player of the Year last year. What kind of a shot do you think Brandon has to take those both or either title?
Well, obviously after the first tournament, he'd be the front runner. So, it's just really exciting to, we lose somebody like Dylan Fratelli. It's hard to replace him, but we get Brandon in here and he wins the first tournament, shoots 12 under for the team. So, kind of bittersweet. And now it looks like the team's actually better this year than last year.
Brandon, did you feel any pressure joining the reigning national champions and filling a guy's shoes like Dylan Fratelli?
To a point, I'd say. I mean, the squad is so good that I knew we were going to have a good season, and Dylan's a very good friend of mine. So we've grown up together, and he told me how well things were going here and how he survived. And a lot of those lessons I've taken into coming here. But I mean, when you got Jordan Spieth, Kramer Hickok, Julio Vegas, I mean, the team's always going to be a good, strong team. So even getting into the team is a mission itself. So if you get in the team, you know you're good.
What kind of advice did Dylan give you?
Mainly off the course, just where to eat and where to go, just to survive really, which is what you need for the first couple of weeks.
Jordan, what kind of words of wisdom did you give him?
We're not exactly the troublemakers, the golf team, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But it's just it's difficult. I would imagine coming from a different country. I grew up 3 hours up north, and it's still different. It was different for me. So we all hang out together, we all eat together, and I think it helps the transition into college life, and I hope Brandon feels that way.
Well, there's got to be at least one troublemaker on the team. What do you say, Cody Gribble?
Man, I haven't been here long enough for that.
I haven't been here long enough for that.
Smart guys. South Africa. I mean, Brandon, I have to ask about the shoes, and then, of course, I want to know how you end up coming from South Africa to the University of Texas.
The shoes are my lucky shoes. They go with me wherever I go. They were there last week. Even though I never wore them, they're just always there. And I think Dylan opened up the gateway for us. I mean, Dylan came to the school. He really opened up the door for South Africans to come to college, and how he did so well is basically a goal line for what I want to try and do. And he actually gave my name to Coach Murphy and Coach Fields about 2.5 years ago, and they said, listen, we're watching you. As things escalated, now I'm here. 2 years down the line, committed, won first tournament, team's got their first trophy. What can you ask more?
Impressions of Austin so far? What can you say? I'm new to town too, so maybe if you have any tips.
I love it, eh? The food is really good, but your portions are unreal. I mean, you guys give us like twice as much food as we get in South Africa, and your medium drink is bigger than our extra large. So I find I'm drinking 3 times more than what I would. Diet Dr. Pepper is making my life though. I love it.
Favorite restaurants in Austin?
Hula Hut down on the lake was quite cool. A guy in our team, William Griffin, took me there, and it was really good, and the tacos were unreal. We don't really get Mexican food in South Africa, so it was quite nice.
And Jordan, this is your first visit to the Longhorn Network studios since your trip to the U.S. Open. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was unreal. It was kind of interesting because I didn't expect to go, and then 2 days before the tournament started, I got a call that evening saying I was in. So, I took some time off actually, not thinking I was going to make it. Then all of a sudden, you need a few days to prepare for a major championship, and getting there and getting able to practice next to guys like Rory, Tiger, Luke Donald, the best players in the world, and play practice rounds with them. I just learned a lot. I learned a lot about my game and how to handle the pressure that they deal with every day. Obviously, it's better and better as the more tournaments you play and the more experience you get. But being able to play well and handle pressure well in my first major was something that I'll never forget.
So talk me through what you're doing this fall to prepare for the PGA Tour's Q School.
I'm playing against these guys every day. I mean, that's the best competition in the country is playing against the University of Texas golf team on a daily basis. So competing in these tournaments. You know, we were able to get a victory in the first one. It'd be nice to get a few more riding into November. So my game feels good. Being able to, you know, I lost to a freshman in the last tournament, so I got to step it up for the next event.
The challenge is on. I see it.
Yeah,
always.
We push ourselves, which is good.
It is. Well, thank you guys both very much. We appreciate it.
No problems.
Thanks.